Yo, it's your boy P Cam. Hey, I'm new with the live. Okay, I've never done a live. This is gonna be my first live. Why you ask? Because the Lions won. Okay, we out here. Okay, man, I ain't got no blue on right now, but I'm on all black. I'm in my uniform all black. We won. We beat the Ravens, son. We beat the Ravens, son. Hey, but look. Check what I'm saying. I know ain't nobody in here but me right now, and I'm fine with that because I'm always talking to myself anyway. But look, end of the game, we end up beating the Ravens 38-30. It was a great game, and I said this early after I got shook and my knees were shaking after that loss to Green Bay. It had us all shook. It had us all shook because we like the coordinator's gone. You know what I'm saying? We recalibrating. Aiden Hutchinson just coming back. What is this team going to look like? And then Green Bay punched us in the mouth. Punched us in the mouth, and our teeth was unfortunately looking like mine because my cousin messed with me one day, say looked like somebody went in my mouth with a crowbar. But anyway, man, let's keep moving on. But look, they punched us in the mouth, and I personally was worried because Green Bay looks great, and they got my man from the Cowboys, which I thought the Lions might have dibbled and dabbled in that trade talk via Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know. Look, we love Aiden. We love Aiden. And I'm so happy, speaking of Aiden, that he got his legs up under him and got going. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, he missed the sack in the other game, and I know he was mad about it that he almost had it, but he got the one. But he got a sack today. You know what I'm saying? And he got the punch, the forced fumble joint. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, man, it was a great game. But the thing about it, this was a litmus test. This was a test to see what we gonna be looking like when it turns to playoff time. You know what I'm saying? My bad, I got eye boogers and stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? But what are we gonna look like when it's playoff time? Because this is the like one of the ultimate litmus tests for a playoff game. And look, I don't want us to get too amped up about this win, even though it feels great. I want us to get too amped up about this win because you get ahead of yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves and start. I got a cousin, and we and him, we be fighting. I still try to mess with him sometimes. I be like, listen, don't, you know what I'm saying? My cousin APX, listen, he be messing with me, y'all. He used to, a couple years ago, he used to be like, man, we going to go 16-0 this year, telling you we're going to the Super Bowl, all of that. And then we would go 3 and, you know what I'm saying? 3 and 13. I'm bad with numbers sometimes. But look, I used to hate when we get ahead of ourselves because just got to take this one game at a time and see how it panned out. But when you talk about what the playoffs are going to entail, it is definitely going to entail the Ravens and teams like it, the Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, even though the Chiefs is off to a bad start right now. You know, you got stuff shaking and moving, people, positioning themselves. Right now, we going to be in a fight for Green Bay for this division. And a fight with Chicago as well, and a fight with the Vikings as well. Like, you never know who going to do what and how people going to be looking, but I'm glad that we are taking care of our own business. And that's what you got to do if you want to succeed. You can't rely on people to lose games. You know what I'm saying? It was great the other day that the Browns came back and smacked Green Bay in the mouth. Came back, won that game towards the end. That was great. We needed that help. But if you're a person like me, you don't want help. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that. I don't like asking for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I will struggle. I will struggle before I ask for something. You know what I'm saying? For people, because I don't like when you ask for something and they don't give it to you. And when you be looking for, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because when you really need something and you finally get that pride out the way and ask somebody, and then they treat you like Mike Epps said, they want to give you that lecture before they give you that 20, that little funky $20. And I hate when y'all call $20 funky because you know what I'm saying? It ain't funky when I gave it to you. Don't say that little funky $20 when you give it back to me. But you know what I'm saying? I don't like getting them lectures when people be about to give me something, so I don't like asking. So when you bring that back to football, let's not ask other teams to help us take care of our own business. You know what I'm saying? Let's not ask for this team and hope that they beat this person and this team beats that team so it can help us and be better in the division, this, that, and other. No, let's just take care of our own business. Let's take our own garbage out and go out here and bang people's heads in and do what we need to do to stack these wins. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to have struggles, but I'm just saying we got a tough schedule this year, and we got to get ready to play this hard for every team. Like we look good today overall, but some of the stuff is a little inflated. Like the rushing yards, 224 yards. That was great, a great rushing day, you would say, right? But like we're looking at this, Dave Montgomery had 151, Gibbs had 67 yards on 22 carries, and Dave Montgomery had 12 carries. But we got to be honest, the rushing game wasn't looking that thorough all throughout the game. Like we was a little strugglesome with the running, like especially Gibbs. I don't know what they had ready for Gibbs, man, but he couldn't seem to get going like he normally does. You know what I'm saying? And he normally get to turning. You know what I'm saying? Turning like butter. Gibbs be doing his thing. They both do their thing, but for some reason, it was Dave Montgomery's day. You know what I'm saying? He had the long breakaway. And man, I don't know how he got hawked. Who was that? Number 44? Hawked him. Hawked him, dog. He was gone. He broke through. I'm like, he gone. He gone. And here come a man on his ankles. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where did this dude come from? But yo, it was still a great play. But what bugged me is I don't think we scored on that. Like once, I can't remember how that went. Anyway, I'm gonna probably watch the highlight in a second and see if we remember if we actually punched it in on that one or not. But anyway, it was a great day for running because Montgomery kind of kept the flows when Gibbs would kind of get stuck, you know what I'm saying? And Montgomery would step up and do his thing, come in and keep you know what I'm saying, keep it moving. But we was a little strugglesome on the run. We can be better. It ended up great, but just saying we can be better. You know what I'm saying? Goff, 20 for 28. You know what I'm saying? A TD, no interceptions. He ran a couple times. It was one play where I want to say it was before that fourth down we went for it. Yeah, it was like a third and something. I was like, man, I wish he would have kind of laid out and went ahead and stretched on out and tried to make that happen. But, you know, it is what it is. It all worked out. But, hey, man, Dan Campbell, you be having, boy, black folk already got a high blood pressure, okay? I've just got mine down, been trying to eat fruit and... You know what I'm saying? Trying to eat fruit and vegetables, trying to get my life together, okay? Put these drinks down and just getting my blood pressure right. And here you come with all this fourth down business. Look, man, I love when he do his thing. He definitely, he makes it interesting, man. But it's like, you know, you don't mind in the first quarter. First quarter, okay, boom, we move the ball. For what? Let's go for it. Okay, yeah, that's what Dan do. Let's go for it. But when you get down to that, see what bugged me about the last progression of the game is when we started. It was like 4 minutes left, and we was like, okay, we about to run that. We about to chew the clock up. Chewing the clock up is always a good idea, but I don't like to just do that and get away from the aggressiveness of trying to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, go get that first down. It was like, man, okay, we run 2 yards, run 2 yards, run 2 yards. I'm like, man, at least on that third down, you could have did like a little play action or something, blah, 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 and try to get, you know what I'm saying? Try to go ahead and get that first down because we had worked it down to like 2.5 minutes or something like that. And then here we go. It's like, you know, because I was irritated because I'm like, now here they go. They gonna punt it, and then we gonna have to. You try to chew the clock up, but you can't give Lamar Jackson 2.5 minutes on the clock. You know what I'm saying? As we see when he scored on the last progression, like they went down 1.5 minutes on the clock, they still scored. So it was great that we went up for 2. They say they was trying to make what's his name go down when he broke out for the touchdown at the end, but I'm glad he scored. We needed to be up by 2 because it's shaky. But damn, man, you get my blood pressure going, man. Like to run 2-2-2, get 6 yards, and now we fourth, and now you want to go for it? I wanted to be mad. I wanted to be so mad. Like, man, I'm not doing this with you today, Dan. But you gotta trust him. You gotta trust him because he's been doing it this thus far, and it's worked most of the time. But it'd be like when it don't work, that's when we all be like, man, get out of here, man. It ain't worked this time, but it worked. It worked. The 4th down, I hated that he tried to chew the clock up like that. But it was like, dog. I thought they was gonna go for it on the 3rd and something like that, but they chose to run it again, 2 yards, and then now we 4th, and you know what I'm saying, and then now we forced to go for it. But the play was so beautiful that they went for it though. That play, it was magical, and man, it listen, the play when we was on the goal line. The 4th and something on the goal line, and they did the handoff, and then he pitched it to Gibbs. If that wasn't one of them Ben Johnson plays right there, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely have what it takes. Like we was worried that because both of our coordinators was gone, that we was just about to fall back into this. And that first game had everybody, same old line, same old line. And I'm like, man, shut up, man. Give them a chance to acclimate to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we remember, Aaron Glenn was on his way out of here. Right? After a few years, people was tired of the defense and all that until he got his stuff together. Like, so it just doesn't happen overnight, but hopefully it didn't happen overnight for this team because my man Shepard, I think it is, defensive coordinator, he so far he's making it happen, man. He's making it happen. Even though it feels like your defense ain't doing enough. It always feels like that when you playing a team that's the caliber of the Baltimore Ravens, because Lamar Jackson makes it look so easy. And this is what we got to work on, because it is easy. Even though, listen, Lamar Jackson got sacked 5 times tonight. I'm glad Aiden got one of them too, because like you want to see him get his legs up under him. You know what I'm saying? And really get the motor going like he is used to doing. So you be ready to see that, and he did. He did. Like he was, he had 2 tackles tonight, you know what I'm saying? Then he had the forced fumble, which was crucial. That was like a game changer right there. And then you had the sack not too long right after that. Like, I'm glad my man's is getting the motor going. But then you had everybody else that was stepping up in between what was happening with that. Campbell had a great game, man. You know what I'm saying? He stepped in. There was another play he made that was so crazy. I can't remember which play it was, but man, he made a phenomenal play. But anyway, it's like, this is what we're going to have to do. And we're going to have to get better at it, though, also. Because while the defense did show up, they still, when the Ravens wanted to, and this is what I'm gonna say about like litmus test type of getting the feel for it. Like we had some great moments on defense. That's that fourth down stand, that goal line stand. That was magical. You know what I'm saying? And then it was time. At certain times you don't get points. Man, the penalties off that Aiden Hutchinson punch when he punched the fumble out, I just knew we was gonna score after that. I just knew we was about to walk right onto the end zone. We right there. We like on the 20 or the 30 or something like that. We get a 15-yard penalty. And you know what? That was one of the worst penalties I've ever seen. I think that was the one they called on Brian Branch. Talking about he went low or whatever and hit my man in the knees or something. There was no knee action. There was no going low on that play. He dropped his shoulder. He got his helmet out the way and hit my man with the shoulder. And my man dipped down and hit him too. They hit each other. And somehow they called that 15-yard, but like y'all took a touchdown away from us, I feel right there. And it is what it is because the referees sometimes is like an extra player against you. Like you have to fight against them too when they make idiotic calls. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the calls are warranted. But sometimes it's like, man, is you playing for them? Are you playing for them? Did you just make a mistake, or are you playing for the other squad? Like, did somebody tighten your pockets up, ref? Like, what is happening here? Don't do this. Don't do this to me now. You know what I'm saying? It sometimes you get those calls that's reminiscent of like years ago when the Lions played the Cowboys, and boom, a flag comes out, and then they pick the flag up. It's like, man, who got the briefcase on that one? You dig what I'm saying? But this was a great game, man. This is what you want to see Monday Night Football. This is what you want to see between any two playoff caliber teams. Like, you hate to see blowouts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that this worked out the way that it worked. Amon St. Brown, like, man, this dude, and is magical, man. He magical, some of the plays that he made, man. I'm just watching some of the little highlights right now, but skip the highlights, man. It just, the way him and Jared Goff kind of just has their rhythm together. It's crazy, man. It's crazy that they make some of the plays because he's like a go-to. But just one other thing too I want to say about our offense that I noticed. Even though we power through and we get these wins, we can't help but notice some of these things off the win. Like, our offense was phenomenal today. But tell me if I'm the only one. Sometimes it feel like we ain't as smooth as you would want us to be. You dig what I'm saying? Like, when you look at, like, for instance, like the last minute and a half when Lamar Jackson turns it on, right? And he extend the play and make a 25-yard pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like certain times, yeah, our defense shows up and we stop them. But it'd be like certain times when they turn it on, man, it's just like the faucet is running. And it's just like, how are they this fluent on defense? Sometimes it seems like with us, we making plays, but it seems like we might be making a play off a check down, this, that, and other. And it is what it is. It's like, get it however you can get it. Get the win no matter how you can get it. Get the first down however you can get it. You know what I'm saying? Yard by yard, inch by inch. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. Like, I'm not mad as long as the pass is complete and you scamper and do what you got to do. But sometimes it feel like, are we relying on that a little too much? Are we relying on the check downs? But with that said, you still had some bombs today. Jameson Williams caught a nice little, wasn't a bomb, but it was a nice little hook in route. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is playing, man, and they playing at another level. And this is the type of play that we're going to have to continue to do to keep this going throughout the year. Like, we only 3 games in. We're only 3 games in, and we got a rough schedule to go, man. Like, matter of fact, let me look up the schedule and see who is this that we got to play for the rest of the year. Because it's gonna be a tight fight, man. So say our next game is the Browns, which is definitely a winnable game. But as you can see, the Browns showed up to play. They was looking like they wasn't ready, but they showed up to play and punched Green Bay in the mouth. So let's not just slide past the Browns, much like we slid past the Commanders last year, right? I was talking, I, I was talking so slick last year. Yeah. So who you ready to play in the Super Bowl? The Ravens, the Buffalo Bills, or KC? Like, you know what I'm saying? I this before we played the Washington Commanders, and I'm looking past them like we had just put our feet on their necks already. Didn't happen like that. Didn't happen like that. They beat the brakes off of us. You dig what I'm saying? So every one of these teams, I'm going to give their respect until we actually beat them. You know what I'm saying? Take it one game at a time, one play at a time. But the Browns is a winnable game. The Bengals is a winnable game. They playing terrible because Burrow is out. You know what I'm saying? And then without Burrow, it looked like they just struggling like horribly. The Chiefs look different, man. They don't. I haven't watched a lot of their highlights, but they don't. Some of the highlights I watched, they don't look as powerful as they normally do. You dig what I'm saying? The Bucks, that's going to be a difficult game, as it always has proved to be in these past years. The Bucks had a great game. What was that, last Monday? Who did they play? I was watching that game. The Texans came back, last minute win. You know what I'm saying? Like Baker Mayfield found his fit with the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a winnable game. It's a tough one, but those are going to be two tough games. The Chiefs and the Bucks. Even though the Chiefs ain't been looking like what they're supposed to look like, but yeah, those are both of those are winnable games, especially as we look at what we just did with the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? The Vikings, definitely a winnable game. The Commanders, that might be a bump in the road. Could be a bump in the road. The young dog is playing. You know, it is what it is. The Eagles, of course. I'm just saying. Uh, if there's any time to get the hiccups, it's on that game. You know what I'm saying? I had the hiccups before this game, but I still had confidence that we could win it. But what I'll say about the Eagles game, you better come to play like you came to play today, because they are not gonna let up. And even when they got their backs against the wall, you see, like they did the other day, they came with a play out of nowhere. And who was that? The Jets they beat. After the Jets had that great play with the scoop and score and all of that, oh no, but who was that? That wasn't the Jets. I think I'm mixing up games. But anyway, I think the reason I'm mixing it up is because it was a bunch of games like that that ended that way, and the Eagles was one of them. They had a fluke play at the end and came up with the win. After that, we got the Giants. They've been looking terrible with Russell um, at the helm, so that's definitely a winnable game. But like you say, it's any given Sunday. You never know how it's going to plan out, who you going, you know. But then we got the Packers again, and that's the Thanksgiving game, I believe. Make you breathe again, right? They looking nice, man. They got all the pieces in place. That's gonna be a fight, man. It's gonna be a fight, just like this game was, but we can do it. The Cowboys, of course, that's a winnable game. But when you're dealing with the Cowboys, it's still you don't want to look past them. You know what I'm saying? The Rams off to a great start. We could, of course, beat them, but that's going to be a tough game. Stafford, he in the swing of thing. The Steelers after that, then we got the Vikings again, and I don't want to just breeze past the Steelers because Rodgers. I think what they got one loss. I ain't doing, but he Rodgers is still Rodgers. He still looks good. doing what he does, And then we got the Vikings again, and then the Bears to finish it off. But I just wanted to do a quick live, man, to let y'all know that the Lions has put their foot on the Ravens' neck. I ain't gonna get too deep into all of this and that. I was gonna watch the little highlights and go back over some stuff, but I just wanted to get my little first live in, get a little something to test the waters with, and talk some sports with you. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's a great day. It's a great day. Ain't nobody in here but me watching me on live, talk to myself, but that's all right, huh? Talk to me slick. Don't talk to me. No, what she say? The chick knew. She say, talk to me quick, don't talk to me slick. Somebody on Instagram I found, man, but she's so funny. But look, it's been a great day. It's your boy P Camp signing out after the Lions win. Let's go. I might see y'all after the next win. I don't know. Let's see how these lives go, man. Do some lives on some different topics. But yeah, this is your boy P Camp signing out. Get at your boy. As long as I figure out how to end this.